Hey you guys, I hope you're all really well. Lena K here, and in this video we're going to talk about how to deal with negative family members, or it could be negative friends. And so, this is a requested video topic, which is a really good one because I think a lot of us can relate to this. And if you can't relate to it, then you're very lucky. So I've made some practical things that you can do to deal with negative family members. I've got 3 really main things in regards to this subject. So let's get straight into it. The first thing is really quite obvious and it sounds mean, but move away from them. Get away from them, stay away from them. So if this means if you can take yourself out of that environment, create your own environments. If you're living with your family, move away, because you can't necessarily change your family. You can't change negative family members, and sometimes the environment that you're in, it really can hold you back from achieving your dreams and achieving your goals, and nothing is worth that. Your destiny is worth way more. Move away from them. And you know what? In many cases, when you move away, you've heard of the saying, absence makes the heart grow fonder. That saying is very true when it comes to family members. And so, sometimes you can just love people much better from a distance. And so if being around your family is causing you a lot of hell, just move away. Simple. In fact, some super successful people, or who I consider to be very successful, done exactly that, and they knew they had to do that in order to succeed. So people like Dr. Joe Vitale, who you may know from The Secret. He's a famous author, he's an entrepreneur, he's a musician. People like Oprah, for example. Same thing with Lisa Nichols, who is an entrepreneur, speaker, and author. And same thing, she had to move away from all her family and friends because she knew she would not grow, she would not reach her potential while she's around them. And so sometimes you just have to love people from a distance, and you have to move away, do your thing. And one of the hardest things is when you are around negative family members, or just any family members, people that are used to seeing you every single day, no matter how much you grow on the inside and you change, they can't see that growth. They can't see that, so they always treat you like who they think you are. So when you grow and change and you get that frustration, like, why are you guys like this, or why are you treating me like this, why are you negative? Well, to them, they see the same person on the outside. And so when you remove your presence from them, you then have a chance to change, to grow, to follow your dreams, to pursue whatever vision that you have. And then when you come back after a certain period of time, they can see the difference. They can see and they can feel your presence has changed. So I hope that really helps you. The first thing is, if you can, wherever possible, just change your environment. Doesn't mean you don't love them. In fact, like I said, you can love them a lot better sometimes from a distance. Now, some of you might be in a situation where you can't move away from negative family members, that you are in that environment and for whatever reason you cannot actually move out away from them. What I would say here is stay super focused on your goals and on your vision. So even if you're in the same house, spend minimal time with them, meaning that your time, don't spend it consuming, unnecessary things, or sitting down watching television with them and things like that. Invest time into your dreams, take your dreams seriously, so then they can take you seriously. And so focus, create a routine around the dreams you want to create. Whether it's studying, whether it's working, whether it's building a business, whatever it is, make sure that what you're doing throughout the day, you're too busy to notice if they're being negative or not. And you're too busy to actually react to it because you're so focused on actually creating the results that you want. That might mean that sometimes, look, I always say to people, if you can change your environment, so even if you live there, if you can go to a cafe with like your books or your notebook or laptop, whatever it is, get out of the house, change your environment like that, even if you have to sleep there. Or if you are in that environment and you don't have that, I don't know, the resources or something to really physically go out and do things like that, then while you're in that environment, you can have headphones. You can listen to your headphones while you're listening to some audiobooks, or if you're studying, you take your notebook or pen or whatever, laptop, go and create your own corner somewhere or in your room. And so just super focusing on your goals, taking your life so seriously, taking full ownership of how you feel, can really, really help when you can't change the physical environment and you can't change the people in it. You just have to get super, super focused. That should motivate you to achieve your goals. You know, a really good quote that I heard that really helped me to understand and let go of the guilt associated with, you know, kind of moving away from my parents and not spending that much time with my family, was this really amazing saying that I heard from Dr. Wayne Dyer, is that you are born from your parents. You're not born for them. And, you know, I come from a culture that says, oh, if your mum's not happy with you, you're going to go to hell and all this stuff. And, you know, I really believed that for a long time. I don't believe that anymore. And me and my mum, actually, we have a really great relationship now because we do have distance between us. But that distance had to be created first in order for us to be fond of each other. You know, for us to, now we've built a lovely friendship. But it's really important that you remember you don't owe anybody anything. But with saying that, it's about adding value to your environment as well. So sometimes take a look at what people are being negative about. You know, be objective. Are they being negative towards you? Are the things true that they're saying? Or are they just negative by nature? Is that what you mean when you say that your family members are negative? Because the third tip I have for you is really powerful, very simple, and it allows you to just own the only thing that you can own, which is your thoughts and your emotions and your behavior. Because the third tip that I have for you, if you are dealing with negative family members, is just to love them for who they are. Just observe them with no judgment. And what I mean by that is just imagine there's a camera at the end of the room and that the camera is observing you. Every time you're in the vicinity of these people, of your family members, whoever it is in your family that's negative, just imagine you have a camera and the camera is looking at you, interacting with them. And behind the camera is you. And you're observing yourself, your thoughts, your emotions, your behavior. And so actually when you stop judging, when you just observe and you just accept people for who they are, you no longer become reactive. And so sometimes, you know, unfortunately, we can't change some people. And maybe you have adopted a positive way of thinking and a positive life, you know, until you can create your own environment. If you're in an environment and that belongs to someone else, you're in their property and it happens to be family members that are stuck in their ways, sometimes the only thing you can do is really, truly just to love them for who they are. And then just to keep focusing on what you're doing, you know, listen to your music, listen to, you know, like in your headphones, listen to your music, audiobooks, read books, journal, exercise, go outside, you know, create a routine, whatever it is, to focus on your goals, your dreams, your visions, because you can make it happen. Don't use the people around you as an excuse. No matter what situation you're in, you still have the ability to think and to focus. And so I'll give you a bonus point here as well. Sometimes the negative people, just appreciate something about them. So focus on something that you can really appreciate about each of these people that you live with, because the more you focus on something, the more you experience it. And so sometimes the more we expect someone to be negative, we tap into that straight away. And so just expect things to go well, expect interactions to go good, expect them to have maybe a good day, right? But just don't put too much power into other people's hands. You have the ability to be happy and stay focused no matter what is on the outside. You know, again, I'll come back to your morning routines. It really helps sometimes from the first thing in the morning when you wake up, that you set your mind on a positive kind of mental attitude, that no matter what happens today, you can handle it. And no matter who you see today, whatever family members you come across, that you're going to just love them for who they are. You're not going to take anything personally. It's just their nature of who they are. Then you're going to just brush it off and you're going to continue about your day, your business. So I hope that's helped. Let me know what you think of this video. Let me know if you experience, you know, negative family members, how that has an effect on you. You know, but ultimately, no matter what you go through, no matter who you're around. Yes, your environment certainly does impact you, but hey, if you can't take yourself out of that environment for whatever reason, then take yourself out of that environment in terms of your mind, because even if you're in the same room as them, your mind can be somewhere completely different. And that's where sometimes just investing in some headphones and creating your own bubble, your own environment in that way can really, really help. I hope you've liked this video. Until the next one, you guys, stay blessed, lots of love and light and magic to you all.